What's going on, everyone? JMOS here, and today I'm giving some of the latest information on what's going on in the mobile tech industry. As you can see, we have iOS and Samsung updates to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is the Samsung Galaxy S9. Samsung sent out their invitations for the Unpacked event, which is expected to take place on February 25th at Mobile World Congress. The Galaxy S9's design hasn't changed much from the S8, minus the bezels being shrunken on the front and the camera module being slightly redesigned on the back. Everything else is pretty much the same. Some things that have changed is the hardware, which is now going to feature the Snapdragon 845. The RAM is still the same at 4 gigs, and it's still 64 gigs of memory. Samsung is also adding an intelligent scan and improvements to the iris scanner. The intelligent scan is similar to Face ID. It'll use projection dots to map your face and improve the unlocking ability. Instead of using 30,000, they'll be using 50,000, which will make it a lot more secure. The iris scanner also will be bumped from 2 megapixels to 3, so it can see your eyes in lower light conditions and through glasses. Samsung really focused on the camera this time around. Although the megapixel count's still at 12, they added a whole bunch of new features to make it a lot better. The first one's being variable aperture. This will allow you to switch between f1.5 and f2.4 apertures, giving you the best shooting conditions in any lighting situation. They also added super slow motion, which will allow you to shoot at 1000 frames per second. Also, for the first time, they also added video HDR recording. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. It will ship with Android 8.0, and I'm pretty sure they will revamp their skin that goes on top of it. So that's pretty much everything as of right now for the Galaxy S9. We only have about 3 weeks or so until the phone gets officially unveiled, so we'll just see what happens then. So the Samsung Galaxy S9 will be unveiled on February 25th. Pre-orders will start on March 1st, and the phone should be released sometime within mid-March, presumably March 16th. So the next big update is with Apple and iOS 11.3. Apple seeded the beta of this software update earlier this week, and it includes a whole bunch of fixes and additions to the OS. Some of the smaller ones will be things like improvements to ARKit, which will allow vertical surfaces and graphic improvements. The Health app will receive a new section called Health Records, which will combine all your health information onto one page, and AirPlay 2, which will allow you to control multiple audio devices in different rooms at the same time. There are a ton of fixes and changes in iOS 11.3, but I only have time to go over the major ones. The first one being iMessage in the cloud. This will lift all of your iMessage conversations off your iPhone and bring them to the cloud. This is important for those who have low storage iPhones and for those who have multiple Apple devices. Completing an action on one will instantly take effect on the next, so you won't have any jumbled conversations or messages. The next big change is within the battery section in iOS. After the controversy that Apple went through where they slowed down the iPhones to preserve battery, Apple introduced this new setting in iOS that allow you to check the health of your battery to see if it is indeed affecting your performance. There's also a toggle where you can switch between max performance and low battery, or low performance and max battery. Either way, the option is now yours. The next big change is also in settings, but this one's regarding privacy. In the image above, you'll see a new icon. This icon will appear whenever Apple requests your private information. Any application that requests sensitive data will also make this icon appear. This is in an effort to improve transparency regarding private data. The next update is a lighter one, and this is for the iPhone X only, and that is the 4 new animojis: the lion, the skull, the dragon, and the bear. These 4 new animojis will be available when iOS 11.3 is released. So that's pretty much all the major changes in iOS 11.3. It is still in beta 1, so we still have at least a month or so before we see this update. But these changes are definitely going to help the performance of iPhone, iPods, and iPads, and add some important new additions. This probably will be the last major update before iOS 12. Speaking of iOS 12, we have some leaks regarding that update. So as usual, it will be announced at WWDC and then released in the fall. The new leaks that we received are quite disappointing though. So Apple was originally planning to update the home screen, the camera app to allow you to change settings within the app, improvements to CarPlay, photo editing, photo sharing, and some stock app improvements. These have all been delayed though until 2019, and they're now focusing entirely on bug fixes and stability improvements since iOS 11 had such a rough launch. They still are going to introduce some new changes though, but these are going to be minor, things like health app improvements and augmented reality improvements. Also, the promised parental controls will probably be added in this software update as well. That's pretty much everything we know so far about iOS 12, so we'll just see how it goes from there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of video. Thanks.